We have been, I really thought I was going to be out of prayer. I wasn't even put this disclaimer out here, but because I've been praying about, Lord, where do we go next? And it seemed like he said to me, we're gonna go, Brother Calvin, to miracles and study some miracles. But as I looked at this text this week, there's prayer in there. And so I said, okay, Lord, we're just gonna do what you say do. So if you would, I want you, and we're not going to be long. A couple hours and we should be done. Ain't nothing happening on TV. I'm not into soccer, so I don't even go on to see. The Coma girls are mad at me. We shouldn't be long. If you would turn with me to John, the 4th chapter. I do want to thank you. Last week I was severely impaired. And if you see my foot, I've got a boot on my foot, so I've had a couple of medical procedures this week. But y'all keep praying for me, all right? John, the 4th chapter. We're going to go down to the 46th verse. John, the 4th chapter. When you have it, you stand with me. Once more he visited Cana in Galilee, where he had turned the water into wine. There was a certain royal officer or official whose son lay sick in Capernaum. When this man heard that Jesus had arrived in Galilee from Judea, he went to him and begged him to come and to heal his son, who was close to death. Unless you people see miracles, signs, and wonders, Jesus told him, you will never believe. The royal official said, Sir, come down before my child dies. Jesus replied, you may go. Your son will live. The man took Jesus at his word and departed. While he was still on his way, his servants met him with the news that his boy was living. When he inquired as to the time when his son got better, they said to him, the fever left him yesterday at the 7th hour. Then the father realized that this was the exact time at which Jesus had said to him, your son will live. So he and all his household believed. This was the second miraculous sign that Jesus performed, having come from Judea to Galilee. Father, we thank you for this opportunity, Heavenly Father, to study for a few minutes that which you are saying to us. God, we pray that you illuminate the thoughts of our ears, that you illuminate our hearing, that you would bind any distractions, God, that would keep us from doing that which you called today. Forgive her for any sins, God, pardon to you, Heavenly Father, for we want to be used in a maximum way to the Word of God. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. All we need to do when we pray is believe and understand that God is in control. All we need to do when we pray is believe and understand that God is in control. There was a missionary who was supposed to be going to China to do missionary work years ago. So he got on a vessel and they took off for China. It was a sailing vessel, so sails were open. And if you know anything about sailing, you understand that you don't move unless there's wind blowing. All of a sudden, as they reached closer to an island, there was concern because the island inhabitants were cannibals. They ate flesh. And the wind ceased. And so the waves started drifting the boat closer to shore. The captain became very concerned about what was happening, and so he went to the missionary and he said to the missionary, I need you to pray because we don't have any wind and we're drifting and that island is full of cannibals. The missionary said he would pray if the captain would open up the sails again. The captain didn't want to appear to his men that he was stupid. So he was reluctant because there was no way, and he was reluctant to put the sails back out. The boat kept drifting closer to the inhabitants who were now on the shore, lighting fires and sharpening knives. The captain said, okay, sir, I'll pray. So the missionary waited. The sails were open. He went to the cabin to pray. Not long later, the captain came downstairs banging on the door. Are you praying? And the missionary said, yes, I'm praying. He said, you better stop praying because we got gale force winds now. It's too much wind. Stop praying. When you pray, you need to believe and let God have control. God have control. In this story, in the 4th chapter of John, I like this story because it demonstrates who is in control. We see the story here. The Bible tells us that this man is a royal official. He's a royal person. He represents the government, Herod's government. He had a problem. He had a problem, and he knew that only Jesus could fix his problem. He understood that Jesus was the only one who could take care of the situation that he was in, he and his son was in. The story shows us that not only does God listen to our prayer, but when we pray, he answers our prayer. What do you believe when you pray? What is it that you believe when you pray? Do you believe that God is a God who hears and answers your prayer? Do you believe that God is sitting up there listening and waiting for you, waiting to answer your prayers? Or do you pray and do you just hope that somebody is up there or somebody is somewhere listening, and maybe they will and maybe they won't do anything about it? What is it that you believe? That's what we're going to look at today. What does true belief when you pray look like? In the scripture, Jesus is returning to Capernaum. Now, we understand that this is the place where Jesus did his first miracle, where he turned water into wine. And so Jesus is well known in this place, and though they hear about him coming, and just as it's a small town, y'all know about small towns, when things happen in small towns, people hear about it, and they know about it, and they remember it. Jesus had turned water into wine, and so his name had gone all around. People understood who he was at that point. He was the miracle worker. And so they were there to see the miracle worker and watch him do miracles again. They didn't necessarily believe he was the Messiah. Didn't believe he was the Messiah necessarily, but they had welcomed him. They didn't believe he was the one who came to save them. They believed he was the one who came to amaze them. Amen. So they gathered around. It's like they came to see the show. The magic show. There was a dude, his name was Chris Angel. I used to like to watch Chris Angel on TV. He was a magician, and he would do some crazy little stuff. That's what they thought Jesus was. They thought Jesus was no more than a magician. But this royal officer, this officer of Herod's government, his child became sick. He didn't know what to do. We're a little different now. When our kids get sick, we can figure out. We either need to take them to the doctor, we either need to call the doctor, we take them to the emergency room, we can take them to urgent care. We can get on an app. They got a phone app that you can talk to a doctor, and the doctor will prescribe medication for you and have it sent right to your house. Well, this royal official, this man, didn't have any of that. The only thing he could do was that he could take his child's concern to Jesus. He didn't even physically lift him up and take him. He took the concern that he had for his son to Jesus. Now we aren't told what this man's official job is, but we can glean from what we've read that he was a rich man. He was a rich man. The Bible says that he had servants. And so this rich man walks 17 to 20 miles to see Jesus and to take his son's concerns to Jesus. Now, it's amazing to me that this man didn't expect preferential treatment. You know, he was a man of means. He was a rich man, a man of society, a man who commanded respect. But we see here that he also understood that all the respect that he commanded and all the means that he had could not do anything about his son's condition, and he had to go to Jesus. Amen. And even though he was a man of means, he forgot his standing in the community. He forgot how rich he was. He forgot all the things that give him stature and put him on a high pedestal. How do you know that, Pastor? Because the Bible says that he begged Jesus for his help. He begged Jesus. Here he is. Here is this man who represents Herod's government. And we don't know. There were in the life of Jesus, there were two Herods that were around when Jesus was alive. One of them wanted to kill him. We remember that from the biblical story of Jesus' birth. I don't know if this one, the theologians really didn't specify which way it went. But nonetheless, he was a man who really could have been seen, if you want to, as an enemy of the state, if you will. If Herod wanted to kill him, it's tantamount to saying you're an enemy of the White House. Tantamount. This government, well, before this president, there were presidents who said that Vladimir Putin was an enemy of the state. This president sees him as a friend, I guess. I don't know. It's tantamount to that. Jesus would have been seen as an enemy of Herod, so he probably would have been an enemy of whatever Herod it was, if it was the first Herod or the second Herod. But this man goes behind Herod's back. Behind his back to have his child healed. I love the story. We see here that this man says to Jesus, it amazes me sometimes when we pray. We have the audacity sometimes to tell God how to do his business. Come on. We have the audacity to try to, we can't do nothing about it,
So we got to go to him in prayer, but then we tell him what he ought to do. The Bible says that the man said for Jesus to come down with him to his house. Now there was a whole crowd. We know that because if you look higher, what happened higher before the story? This was the woman at the well story. And what did she say to the crowd and to the people to bring a crowd to the well? She said, come see a man who told me all about myself. Now, I'm sure that if this woman told folks to come see a man, there probably was a crowd. Jesus had already turned water into wine. The word had already gone out who he was. So I'm sure there was a crowd there. This man says, ignore this crowd, Lord. Ignore this crowd and come to my house. We got to go because my child is going to die. Come go with me. Forget about all these other cares of these people and their concerns. That's what we do. Sometimes we put all of our needs and all of our concerns before everybody else's. I'm so glad we serve a God who doesn't prioritize our needs, prioritize who we are. You see in the scripture, Jesus, his attitude in the scripture. His attitude is one that says, I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go anywhere. He says to the royal official who's trying to put conditions on him and place conditions on him and tell him to come now. I don't have to go anywhere. I've already taken care of your issue. You go and check it out. That's what the word says. In essence, the word is saying, he said, I've already healed it. It's already been done. Here's what I would like, is that the man believes it. Yes. He leaves and he goes home. He doesn't ask any questions. Now, can we be honest? If it were us, you know how he is. Huh? If it were us and Jesus told us, I've already taken care of it, you go on your way. You know what we do. We'd still be worried about what's going on. So we'd say, okay, Jesus, if we're going to go, let's just say if we're going to go. If we're going to go, we're going to say to Jesus, now Jesus, where in the world can I find you? It took me 17 miles to get here. I'm going to go home, but if he has not been taken care of yet, where you going to be? How am I going to get in touch with you? Maybe I ought to leave somebody here with you so I can let them know when something has worked out for me. You know that's what we do? Yes. My doctor told me, she gave me some instructions after she took care of one of my procedures this week. And she said, now I'm going out of town. Charlotte, I was a little concerned. She said, I'm going out of town and I won't be able to be reached. I was like, what? What if I go back again? That's how we care. We want the assurance that something is being taken care of. But this man, the Bible says, he left immediately. He didn't need further proof. Jesus' word was enough. Amen. Oh my God. How many times do we need to just rely on Jesus' word being enough? His word, the word of the Bible is enough. Yes. His word from the throne room is enough. His word given to somebody who gives to you is enough. He was a man who represented Herod's government. And Jesus' word, he had enough faith. Jesus told him his son was healed. And he left. We know he's wealthy, I told you, because the Bible says that he had servants. So as he's on his way, what does the Bible say happened? but that the servants came to him and told him that his son had gotten better.
Yeah.
His son had been healed.
Yes. Thank you.
Now this man inquires of the servants, when, what time, what hour was my son healed?
Come on.
Again, he didn't say, no, that ain't happened. He didn't say, come on now, you joshing me. He stood resolute. When? They said the seventh hour. He understood the seventh hour was the very exact time that Jesus had said to him, you go, because your son has been healed. You go. I'm sure this man was filled with joy. I'm sure this man was happy at what had happened with the healing of his son. He trusted Jesus. And we see the reward for trusting Jesus was the healing of his son. But can we see the reward was even greater than that? Because the 53rd verse says this, that he and his whole household believed. As a result of the healing, he and his whole household believed. Prayer brings about resolution. It may not be the resolution that you want, but it is the resolution that you need. Ken is not here. Ken Yates is not here. I have to tell him I talked about it today. His wife is not here. I have to tell him I talked about it. I didn't get permission to do this, but I talked to him on Friday. Y'all were on a prayer call on Friday. Y'all heard Ken talk. He said, Pastor, my tire blew out. Tire blew out yesterday. He was a little upset about it. The MBK had to come in and have somebody put air in the tire. And the person who put air in the tire underinflated the tire. And so as Ken is driving this 18-wheel truck, and the rubber meets the road and the pavement is hot, the friction with the pavement and the heat caused the tire to catch on fire. Ken happens to see smoke coming from the back of the truck and he pulls the truck over. And danger is averted for Ken. Why? Because if you listen, see, that's why y'all got to get on the prayer line. Just get on the prayer line so you can hear how the saints pray and how God blesses. Because Ken's constant prayer is this refrain. Almost in every prayer, Ken will say this: Lord, if it is not within your will, cancel it from me. If it's not in your will, take it away from me. And I believe that prayer, prayed with faith, kept Ken alive. Prayer brings about a result. Ken may have had to spend a couple of hours on the side of the road, but it's prayer about keeping things that are outside of God's will away from him saved his life. This man had a result, and the result was that his son was healed, but the greater result was that his whole household was saved. We have no idea how many people this man had in his employment, but they were all saved. Not just his wife, not just his son, not just him, but everybody. The servants that went to him and told him about his son, being healed, the servants that stayed home, the servants' family members, because everybody was in this man's household. If you were a servant, then your wife and your children were a part of the man's household. Everybody was saved.
Amen.
We can assume that there were many folks. Get this, and I'm almost winding up here. This man had a fourfold sense of faith. He had a fourfold sense of faith. It began with emergency faith. He had emergency faith, or crisis faith, if you want to call it that. He was about to lose his son, and he had no other choice but Jesus. Many people come to Jesus with emergencies on their mind. They have emergency faith. They've exhausted everything else, and they got to come to Jesus. It's a good thing that even when Jesus is your first thought, or when Jesus is your emergency thought, it's a good thing he doesn't turn you away. He never turns anybody away. And his emergency faith turns and becomes a confident faith. He believed the word of God. He believed that Jesus had healed his son. How do we know? Because he turned around immediately and went home. And even after, you know what, he didn't rush home to see if Jesus had done what he said he did. Because the Bible says that the servants met him and they told him that he was healed on the same day that the request was made, which meant that it was the next day. He spent the night somewhere else. He had so much faith in Jesus that he didn't even rush home and ask Maribel if little Johnny was healed. He stopped over and spent the night somewhere else. And his servants met him on the next day. He believed the word of the Lord. He was confident in what God had said. And because of his confidence, it brought him peace in his heart. So his confident faith became complete faith. His confident faith became complete faith. So he went from emergency faith to confident faith, now to complete faith. Confirmed. He probably believed that the healing may take some time. We don't know, but he couldn't believe that it took time. But the Bible says that he was instantly healed. The healing took place at the very time when Jesus had spoken the word. He had complete took place at the very time. It was this fact that made the believer out of this man and his household. He believed that Jesus was the Christ, the Son of God. And he shared his faith with his family. And so his complete faith became contagious. He shared his experiences with others and with his household. Matthew 21 and 22 says, if you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. 1 John 5:14 says, this is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. 1 John 5 and 15. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have what we have asked of him. What would it take for us to believe like this man? What would it take for us to believe the word of Jesus and not have any question about it? I'm not saying you don't. Some folks do and some folks don't. I don't know where you are. I'm just asking a general question right now. What would it take to leave and not feel like you had to drag any proof or any idea of where Jesus was going to be with you when you went on your trip back home? What would it take to understand that you have witnessed power personified and have the faith and the confidence to believe it, take it for what it's worth. We believe what he believed that he did. He believed that Jesus did it. It wasn't a figment of his imagination. It wasn't the fact that maybe we were too hasty in feeling like this boy didn't have a fever and he wasn't at death's door. Maybe it was a misdiagnosis. That's when we get to this place where doctors have said, well, we misdiagnosed you. I don't believe that all the time. Because I believe in prayer, and because I believe in what prayer can do, and because I have complete faith in God, he may think he misdiagnosed me, but I know I've been healed. My doctor one time told me, he said, I might not be able to help this situation. I might have to refer you out to somebody else. And I said, you don't have to worry about referring me anyway. Because I ain't worried about what you do anyway.
Come on.
My faith is in God for my complete. I believe God has the power to speak from the throne room. What is it that you believe when you pray? The Lord wants you to pray with the assurance that he will act.
Yes.
The Lord wants you to pray with the faith that he will do whatever he thinks is right if you pray in his will.
Amen.
That's what we've got to do. I love kids' prayer because he says, if it's not in your will for me, keep it from me. But if it's in your will for me, then prepare me to take whatever it is you're doing.
Amen.
This man, we see his belief. I don't know who he believed in before, but I know who he believed in after.
Amen.
And he wasn't mealy mouth about it. He wasn't poor mouth with it. He told everybody
Yes.
in his household. What do you believe? When you pray. What is it that you believe and trust God for when you pray? All we need to do when we pray is believe and understand that God is in control. Let me ask you this question another time. Are your sails stretched out? Is the sail like the ship of your life? You have the sails open wide, ready to receive the breeze